Hey guys, we are going to do a chatty get ready with me today. I actually put up a poll on the community portion of my YouTube channel asking what you guys wanted to see next, and I had like 5 options. And the last time I checked, Fenty Beauty was the leader of the poll, was winning your votes. So I thought I would do this get ready with me using as many of the products that I can and kind of giving you my thoughts on it. I did not get the foundation or the primer. It really, I believe, is targeted for oilier skin and more humid climates. So I have dry sensitive skin, I live in the desert, so I passed on it. It also has like a medium to full coverage, which I don't use very often. I like to use more light to sheer kind of foundations. So anyway, if you watched my last video, which was my makeup haul, you know what I got, which is a bunch of highlighters, some of the Stix, and the lip gloss, which I love. So anyway, let's get right into it. I'm just going to start with some primer because I just washed my face. I haven't put any moisturizer on, so I'm going to go in with the Tom Ford Radiant Moisture Soufflé. So I don't know if you guys can see under these lights because they do sort of blow out a lot of things, but I have a gigantic blemish right here, and it actually kind of hurts. And then I tend to I like pick and scratch at myself while I'm asleep. So I woke up the other morning and I had this like weird thing that I think I picked at in my sleep. Anyway, so my skin is going through something right now, and I suspect I know where this one came from. Sorry, let me just tell you what foundation I'm using. So I'm going to use the Koh Gen Do Aqua foundation in 123, and I'm going to add a little bit of the Tom Ford Skin Illuminator in Firelust. So I had a girlfriend from New York visiting me this past weekend. She is my oldest friend, or I've known her the longest. She's not the oldest person I know. And you know what I'm saying. So she came to visit, and we just love to like shop and eat. So we were just eating up a storm, and I literally like walked out of some greasy meal that we had, and this like whoop, like just came up on my skin, and I thought, that's what I get. That's what I get for eating this crap. So so we're dealing with that. Isn't that lovely? I'm just using my Hourglass foundation brush here. So yeah, so this girlfriend that came to visit me this past weekend, I have known her since my freshman year in college, which would be in 1991. So I've actually known her longer than my husband, and she likes to point that out often, which is a lot of fun. But no, they get along really well, and so it's always lovely to have her around. I really miss her. Okay, foundation is on. I'm going to go in with the new Kevyn Aucoin Etherealist concealer, Supernatural concealer. I did a whole review on this and wear test if you're interested in that video. So anyway, this girlfriend of mine, like I said, I've known her since freshman year in college. She is that, she's that friend, I feel like if you had a body to hide, give her a call, no questions, she'd help you and never speak of it again. She's like that kind of friend. Just going to use my Giorgio Armani foundation brush, which I like to use for concealer. And I'm going to set it with some Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder, which you guys know is my favorite. And sorry, looking for my brush. Oh, so I was telling you about my my girlfriend that was here. Yeah, so she's like she's like my girl. She's like my bestie. I feel like I can trust her with just about everything. So it's great to have her, and we're like so different but so similar. So we love to just eat and shop. I mean, really, is there anything else? We love to eat and shop, and so we did a lot of that, and I blame her for many of my Fenty Beauty purchases. We walked into the Sephora, and I forget if I mentioned this in the makeup haul, but I really wasn't that interested in the line, but there were a few things about the line in general that stood out to me. Obviously the 40 shades of foundation, I was like, yes, I mean, she did it right. And I feel like the launch was just done really, really well. It was just, you know, there was like sufficient, you know, teaser photos in the beginning. It was released on the day it said it was going to be released. There was plenty of inventory. There's still plenty of inventory. It's permanent, you know, it's not limited edition. There isn't this sort of like fake hyped up excitement about it. You know, people were just either really interested about it or intrigued or whatever. I just think it was done really, really well, and I appreciate that it wasn't like this mad rush to get it. That we basically waltzed into the Sephora and was like, oh yeah, the Fenty beauty line, and you know, Rihanna could have slapped her name on pretty much anything and probably sold out of it, but it seems like she put a lot of effort, a lot of thought into this line, and you see a lot of things that are a little bit different too, which I feel like is hard to do after a while. Like, you know, it feels like almost everything has been done. So yeah, I'm just super impressed, and I really, you know, after kind of having all these thoughts swirling around in my head, I was like, you know what, I really want to support this line. So bought some of the things, and as you know, from my makeup haul. So I'm going to start with the Match Stix Trio. So I've already played around with this stuff, and I like the contour a lot. It is very, very cool, but I think that works well because eventually you end up kind of layering bronzer and blush over kind of those areas, and you know, eventually you end up warming it up a lot. So I like starting out with a very cool contour if I'm going to contour at all. The concealer, which is this light shade called Linen, is a nice color, but you know, I just put on the Kevyn Aucoin concealer because this is a little bit dry for me. It kind of, you know, when I swipe, it kind of does like it tugs a little bit, and then when I try and work it into the skin, it just sort of, it's just a little bit dry, so, and thick. So I'm not a fan of the concealer, but again, I do like the contour. So I'm going to go ahead and use this contour. Amber is the contour color that comes in the light trio. And I'm just going to swipe that where I would normally contour. And they magnetize, which is also fun because you kind of, they don't run away. And I'm going to use my Smith Cosmetics 115 brush. I believe this is like their cream foundation brush. It's a duo fiber brush. Anyway, I'm going to use this to blend in. And I like this contour because it blends easily. It's not too soft where you feel like you're just blending it away, and it's not too dry and hard so that it's, you know, too difficult to blend. So I like this contour stick a lot. So anyway, I was telling you I was kind of blaming my girlfriend for a lot of this stuff because she, you know, we talk ourselves or talk each other into a lot of purchases, and she was like, you totally need that. You need that. She's like, don't you need that for your channel? I think you need that. And that was sort of the theme for the weekend. It was a lot of, oh, you need that. Don't you need that? I think you need that. Alright, so there's the contour. I don't usually contour my nose or like down here, but when it comes to a cream contour, I kind of skip all of that. Maybe I'll use my bronzer in those areas. So there's the contour. I really like it. Alright, let's go in. So I have a bunch of highlighters basically. So I have the highlighter that came in this trio, which is the Starstruck one. This is I feel like a highlight that I would use kind of every day or whatever. It's not too daring. And then I bought two of these sticks separately. There's Blonde, which is the gold one, and then Yacht Life, which is more of like a blush color. So I'm going to put on this blush stick in Yacht Life, and this is the color that is like peach and kind of reflects gold. And then I'm going to blend in with like a synthetic, kind of dense synthetic brush. This is an e.l.f. brush called the Ultimate Blending Brush. And I'm just going to work that in. And there is Yacht Lyfe. I feel like I have a little bit more on this cheek, so I'm just going to swipe some more right here. Pretty. I think that's a really nice blush by itself, or blush base if you want to put some powder over it. I think that would be very nice. I really like these sticks. I'm a fan of cream stick. I like cream products, and then when they're in stick form and they're a nice consistency, I just love it because it's so easy to use. So anyway, big fan of these so far. So I got a bunch of the powder highlighters. Let's go ahead and check out this Mean Money Hustler Baby highlighter duo. This is one of those split pan ones. So this is what that one looks like. So I'm going to start with the subtle side. Let's see where that goes, where that leads us. I'm going to take my ABH highlighter brush, and I'm going to dip it into Mean Money. That is an incredibly subtle but very pretty highlight. I hope you can see that. Pretty. I'm going to go in with a fan brush and actually go into the Hustler Baby side, which is the more ostentatious of the two. You know, I like the mirror that comes in here. It's really big. It almost reaches like all the way out to the edge, so it's a really nice sized mirror. Let me go ahead and use that. This highlighter is very pretty. It's gold. It has like a little bit of peach in there. So that is some super, super reflective highlight. I really like it. You know, in the pan and when you finger swatch it, it appears like there's going to be some like glitter in there, but I don't see that coming across on my skin, which is really nice. I'm just going to try and blend it out a little bit so it looks less like a stripe. I really like that. So anyway, her name is Jen. I'm just going to call her Jen. I feel weird saying my girlfriend constantly. So she's like, the next time I come back, we have to go see Celine. I was like, I agree. She is a Las Vegas staple at this point. And I may not be the biggest fan of Celine's songs, but she really is, what an entertainer. All right, I'm going to try the other split pan highlighter that I got, which is Girl Next Door and Chic Phreak, which is the brighter highlighter. But I'm going to use these more as like a blush on top of the Yacht Lyfe, see how that goes. So I'm going to use my Real Techniques Soft Finishing brush, and I'm going to go into Girl Next Door, which is the more subtle of the two. And I actually wore this duo as eyeshadow in my makeup haul video, which is really nice. I think it's really subtle. So maybe on camera or, you know, it may not be like Instagram friendly, but I think in real life it looks really pretty. It just kind of gives you this really soft, pretty glow and like wash to your lid. And then I'm going to brush some of the Chic Phreak, which is the brighter of the two, just back here, my cheekbone, so like a little bit lower than the highlight, kind of far out. So I'm going to say I have like a little bit of texture right here, and the highlighter I feel like is emphasizing it a little bit. But man, my skin is really glowy right now. All right, and now I'm going to try something that I've been thinking about trying. So I got that super gold matchsticks in the color Blonde. I feel like it's the matchstick version of the powder highlighter Trophy Wife that everyone is sort of talking about. So what I wanted to do was put this on my eyelids and then maybe put the Trophy Wife over it. See how that would look? I did put Blonde on my cheeks as a highlighter the other day. It's a very obvious highlighter, obviously, especially on my skin tone, but I didn't think it looked as crazy as I sort of thought it was going to look, so it's not bad, especially when you kind of start to blend it out. It's just a very gold highlighter, so not bad, but let's try it on my eyelid. I'm just going to swipe it on my eyelid. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take with this Sigma P86 brush. This is a brush I like to use with like cream shadows that are much softer than this. So we'll see if this actually works. That's not bad. It really does blend out really nicely. I'm gonna put some more on. So anyway, more about my girlfriend's trip here. So we ate so much that, well, we ate so much that I'm breaking out. But she left late on Monday, so we had a whole day of like breakfast, lunch, and dinner again together. So Tuesday, I woke up, and this never happens to me, but I woke up full. Didn't have to have breakfast. Went to physical therapy, came home, it was around lunchtime. Still wasn't that hungry. So that's how much we ate. So that is the blonde match Stix on my eyelids. Alright, let's go over the top and put some of this Trophy Wife highlighter on top and just see what happens. So if you are unfamiliar with what Trophy Wife is, it is this highlighter. Which is just so cool. I may have to brush it on my cheeks too. I kind of don't know what brush to use. I'm going to use... Alright, let's just start with like a basic kind of fluffy blending brush here. This is the Morphe M330 brush. We'll just go with that one. Let's see what happens. Pretty sure I won't need any Fix Plus of any kind. It's always at like this stage in my makeup application that someone will ring the doorbell. I feel like I'm waiting for the doorbell to ring and I have to answer it like this. That is Trophy Wife. I feel like in the viewfinder I can't even really see it, but it is there. It is definitely there. It is very, very glittery, but I don't actually see any fallout, which is kind of surprising. And you know what I like about her glitter powders that I've noticed so far? So they're really glittery. They look really glittery. They swatch very glittery. But the glitter isn't like, it doesn't feel separate from the powder. So it doesn't feel like it's going to fall out. It doesn't feel like it's just sort of sitting on top. It like really is part of the powder. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's fun. I mean, it looks totally crazy. I would not wear this during the day or even very often at night. But you know, I don't feel like it's as crazy as it could be. I think if I put this on my face, it could get crazy very quickly. So I'm just gonna leave it there. My eyebrows need some help right now. But what I'm gonna do is put on some liquid eyeliner, which I don't do often, so pray for me. And I'll see from there if I feel like doing some fake lashes or whatever. You guys know how I feel about my lashes. So I'm using my Surratt liquid liner. I'm not exactly sure of the name, but there's only one. It's refillable, and I actually prefer this to my Tom Ford liquid eyeliner. Okay, wish me luck. I'm gonna get real close to this mirror here. Eyeliner is on. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. So I'm noticing I have a bit of that Trophy Wife kind of down here on my lower lash line. I don't know if it's just I was kind of sloppy with my application or if it is actually kind of like fallout, but I don't have any on this eye, so I think it was my kind of sloppy application on this side. I'm gonna put on some of my Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel here. My eyebrow hairs grow faster than any other hair on my body. So I just pulled out my Viseart Theory palette in Cashmere. I love it, but it happened to be the closest thing. So I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to use a pencil brush, and I'm going to use kind of like both of these colors. I'm going to dip my brush into both. So anyway, it was so nice having my girlfriend here, but it really made me miss New York. There are parts of New York that I don't miss at all, like taking the subway at rush hour in August. That is like my least favorite thing to do in the entire world. yeah, just a lot of things about New York. It's expensive, it's dirty, it smells bad most of the time, but it's, you know, it's my home, it's what I'm used to, and so I miss it. And I especially, I mean, this is no surprise, I especially miss my friends. I miss the people there or whatever. And even with technology and FaceTime and everything, it helps a lot, but it, you know, it's not the same thing. So anyway, I was so glad that she came to visit, but it really reminded me how much I miss hanging out with my friends. All right, let me go in with the lip gloss. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. At the moment, there is only one lip product, although I just saw a picture on Instagram. It must be some sort of teaser or something. I think she's coming out with liquid lipsticks in about 6 months, I think they were talking about. So anyway, I really like this lip gloss. I also just really like lip gloss. So this is what the applicator looks like. Very big. It gives your lips like a mattified shiny effect. It's not super duper like lacquered glossy. It almost looks like, you know, when you put lip balm on and it just has like you have something on your lips, but it's not, it's like a satin finish. And I just left with this really pretty sheen. So really a big fan of this lip gloss. So here's my final look. I know it looks a little bit crazy with that trophy wife on my eyelids, but I hope you enjoyed this chatty get ready with me. I wasn't that chatty. Oh, I should give you an update on my knee. Well, maybe in the next one, because there's not much to talk about. This was not that chatty, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this gave you a little bit more information about the Fenty Beauty products that I purchased. And if you're interested in any of these, you know, and you have some more questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I've been trying to keep up with responding to comments. I know I'm like a couple days behind, but I will definitely try and respond to you in a timely fashion. I hope you enjoyed this get ready with me, and please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.